All right, space explorers, buckle up for a 30-minute thrill ride through the solar system's deadliest planets, where survival's a ticking clock and every world's out to get you. Picture this. You're dropped onto Venus's acid-soaked hellscape, dodging sulfuric rain that'd melt your face, or maybe you're braving Mercury's radiation inferno where the sun's a blinding death ray. This is the ultimate planetary survival challenge, and we're diving deep into how long you'd last on each world, what kills you first, how gnarly it gets, and why even Elon Musk's Mars dreams face a cosmic beatdown. From Venus's crushing pressure to Pluto's icy grip, we're covering it all with spicy science, wild visuals, and a few mind-blowing tangents to keep you hooked. Stick around to the end for my pick on which planet I'd spend a day on. Spoiler, it's not the obvious choice. Drop your guess in the comments, smash that like button, subscribe, and let's blast off into this 30-minute cosmic gauntlet. First stop, Venus, the solar system's fiery bully that laughs at weaklings. Back in 1982, the Soviet Venera 13 probe punched through clouds of sulfuric acid and landed on this nightmare planet. Pressure 90 times Earth's, enough to flatten a submarine like a cheap tin can, and a scorching 470 degrees Celsius that melts lead into puddles. The sky's a toxic haze of acid rain, and yet Venera snapped pics and sent data for a record 127 minutes before the heat and pressure turned it to scrap. That's the champ. Now you? Teleport there unprotected, and you're done in seconds. The pressure crushes your bones before you can choke on the acid or fry in the heat. Game over, no extra lives. But let's suit you up like a sci-fi badass. Titanium plates to handle 90 atmospheres, silicon carbide shielding for 500 degrees Celsius, and a cooling system pumping evaporative liquids to keep you frosty. You step out into a dense yellow-orange gloom, like a horror flick's worst sunset. Gravity's 90% of Earth, so your suit's like dragging a couch, but you're trudging across volcanic rock, dodging cracks and molten tin. Yep, metals like zinc and lead are liquid here. For 20 minutes, you're a legend, shrugging off sulfuric acid, clawing at your golden tantalum-coated armor, thinking, I'm unstoppable. Then the cooling system chokes. 470 degrees Celsius is relentless. Heat stroke slams you like a freight train, you black out, and the suit cracks under the acid pressure combo. You're a melted memory in 20 minutes. Heroic, but Venus doesn't care. Fun fact, Venus spins so slow, a day lasts 243 Earth days. Imagine surviving that. Could you hack it, or is this acid bath a hard pass? Comment a fire emoji if you'd try, or a skull if you're out. Next up, Mercury, the solar system's tiny terror with a split personality. No atmosphere means insane temp swings. Minus 173 degrees Celsius on the dark side, 427 degrees Celsius when the sun's blazing. You land in the shadows, rocking a suit with thermal insulation and anti-radiation layers. Think Kevlar on steroids. It's like the moon's gritty twin, craters, cracks, gray dust, and a faint starry glow. Gravity's 38% of Earth's, so you're hopping like an astronaut, feeling the chill through your boots. For a hot minute, you're living the sci-fi dream, exploring a frozen wasteland. Then the sun rises and Mercury turns savage. That star's 3 times bigger, a white-hot death ray with no atmosphere to soften it. Temps spike to 427 degrees Celsius, and solar radiation's a killer. Ultraviolet rays would burn you to a crisp without shielding. Your suit's got you covered, but 15 minutes in, the heat overwhelms your cooling system. Electronics fry, radiation seeps through, and you're hit with lethal doses. You collapse on a scorching rock, a radiated relic. Mercury's a brutal two-face, freezing 1 minute, crematorium the next. Here's a wild tidbit. Mercury's day is 59 Earth days long, so you'd be stuck in that heat for weeks. Oh, and it's got these weird hollows, Swiss cheese-like pits that might hide lava tubes. Scientists think colonies could chill there, safe from radiation, but would you move in? I'm not sold. Too toasty. Dark side or sunlit side? Where would you land? Comment dark or sunny and spill why. If you're loving this, hit that like button. Let's keep the cosmic carnage rolling. Now Mars, the red planet everyone's hyped about, thanks to Elon Musk's big dreams. You touch down near the equator in a Martian summer, 20 degrees Celsius, almost Earth-like. The sky's a pale orange, rocks and boulders stretch forever like a desert on steroids. Gravity's 38% of Earth's, so you're bouncing in your Kevlar and polyethylene suit, dodging radiation 20 times Earth's levels. Night drops to minus 70 degrees Celsius, but your thermal system's got your back, for now. You explore for 10 hours, picturing Elon's 2029 colonies, domes, 3D printed igloos, hydroponic farms. Mars feels doable, right? Wrong. Dust storms shred solar panels, tiny rocks tear gear like they did Curiosity's tires in 2022. The atmosphere? A toxic CO2 cocktail, zero breathability. After 10 hours, your oxygen's gone and long-term low gravity wrecks you. Brittle bones, heart issues, brain fog. Elon's planning starships for a 7-month trip carrying 200 people and 100 tons of cargo. By 2050, he wants a 1-million-person city with methane plants and robot-built homes. But Mars fights dirty, cosmic radiation, no magnetic field, and negative 60 degrees Celsius average temps say, good luck. Fun fact, Mars's soil might grow plants. NASA sprouted crops in lunar dirt, so maybe Martian farms aren't crazy. Still, 10 hours is your limit without a bunker. Would you join Elon's colony or stick to Earth? Comment Mars or Earth and tell me why. If you're hyped, subscribe. We're diving deeper. Time to go big. Jupiter, the solar system's heavyweight champ. Radiation. Here's off the charts thanks to a magnetic field 18,000 times Earth's, stretching 7 million kilometers. Your titanium-hulled spacecraft barely gets you close. You jump into the atmosphere with a suit mimicking NASA's Galileo probe, titanium alloy, Kevlar, polyethylene, shock absorbers for insane pressure. You're falling through ammonia clouds at minus 100 degrees Celsius, then wham, 370 miles per hour. Winds hurl you into a vortex. G-forces pulp you in 3 minutes, though your suit keeps tumbling to 87 miles deep, where it's 150 degrees Celsius and 24 bars. Galileo quit here. You're long gone, a speck in a stormy abyss. Let's try Europa, Jupiter's icy moon. Minus 150 degrees Celsius, a cracked ice crust over a hidden ocean, and radiation from Jupiter blasting you. You're on a frozen wasteland, gravity 13% of Earth's, so you're light as a feather. A geyser shoots 120 miles up, epic. But 15 minutes in, radiation shorts your oxygen supply. You collapse, frozen and fried. Europa's got water, maybe life, but it's a death trap. Quick tangent. Jupiter's 95 moons are wild. Io's a volcanic hell. Ganymede's bigger than Mercury. Would you explore them? I'd need way more shielding. Jupiter's storms or Europa's ice, where's your vibe? Comment below and share this with your space nerd crew. Saturn's next, those iconic rings scream epic, but it's a gas giant death trap. You jump in, radiation-shielded suit, catching auroras like Earth's northern lights. Winds hit 1,300 miles per hour, ammonia clouds choke you, and minus 220 degrees Celsius freezes your suit in 5 minutes. Pressure crushes you as you fall, another quick KO. But Titan, Saturn's moon, that's a game changer. Minus 180 degrees Celsius, but a thick nitrogen atmosphere and methane lakes make it weirdly Earth-like. Gravity's 1/7 of Earth's, so you're skipping in reflective gear with silica insulation. You're strolling through a yellowish haze, spotting methane rivers. Wild. You last 2.5 hours before the cold creeps in, your suit fails, and hypothermia drops you. Titan's a chilly survivor's paradise, beats Saturn's abyss. Fun fact, Titan's so dense you could strap on wings and fly in its low gravity. How dope is that? Scientists say Titan's hydrocarbons could fuel colonies, and its ice holds oxygen. Future home? Would you soar on Titan or pass? Comment fly or pass and hit that like button. Uranus and Neptune, gas giants with a frosty twist. Uranus is minus 220 degrees Celsius, 560 miles per hour winds, and a 3 to 5 minute death by crushing or freezing. Its moon Titania's got low gravity. You'd weigh 9 pounds total, but cold and radiation end you fast. Neptune's worse, 1,300 miles per hour winds, negative 220 degrees Celsius, methane air, and radiation zaps you in 2 minutes. Miranda's a tiny moon with near weightlessness, but cold kills quick. These blue beasts are relentless. Let's talk colonies. Venus might float airships 50 kilometers up where it's 30 to 50 degrees Celsius and Earth-like pressure. NASA's high-altitude Venus operational concept envisions 129-meter airships with solar power. Crazy, right? Titan's got methane for fuel, and Mars's ice could make oxygen. Which planet's your colony pick? Comment your choice. Pluto's the grand finale, our dwarf planet underdog. Minus 220 degrees Celsius, a thin atmosphere, and a sun like a bright star 5 hours away. You're hopping across icy hills and gray-brown rock in moonlight gravity, flashlight on. It's a frozen desert, silent and eerie. 8 minutes in, the cold brittles your suit, a breach hits, and you're a popsicle. Pluto's small but savage. Tangent. Pluto's heart-shaped Tombaugh Regio is nitrogen ice. Imagine skiing it before you freeze. And there it is, the solar system's deadliest lineup. Venus crushes, Mercury roasts, Mars grinds, gas giants toss you like confetti. My 24-hour pick? Titan, methane lakes, low gravity, and flying like a superhero? I'm in. What's your dream planet for a day? Drop it in the comments and let's see who's the boldest explorer. If you love this 30-minute cosmic carnage, smash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more space adventures. Next time, we're diving into what if we lived on a moon? You won't want to miss it. Thanks for riding with me, Space Squad. See you among the stars.